Hey YouTube, Vigoroth, Altaria, Abomasnow. So basically, with this cup, Vigoroth is super safe. I've seen a lot of Altaria, and I think it's because there's Abomasnow as the ice, but there's not a lot of ice and there's not a lot of fairy. So Altaria as a flyer with a lot of Mud Boys and Vigoroth is pretty safe, right? In general. So I used Altaria, and then I needed a third, and I chose Abomasnow, and I think it was because a lot of the teams I had been seeing was like Whiscash, Quagsire, Clodsire, stuff like that. So I just thought like Abomasnow covers a lot of that. Yeah, so let's get into the battles. Skarmory's a little tough for the backline, so I'm actually happy I'm seeing it here because it would kill Bomb. Yeah, it would just be both in the back, quite honestly. So it'd be interesting to see if I end up shielding here. Probably not because they threw right away. So it is a Brave Bird, so that's unfortunate. They pick me off with Clodsire. So now what I want to do here, right? Yeah, take the resisted Mud Shot, get to the super effective Weather Balls. Probably will not take out because Clodsire is very tanky. So the question is, Shield Up a Stone Edge is a must. Can I farm this down before they get to another move? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's somewhere around here. I don't know if it's 6 or 7, but 6 feels about right. That's my style of counting. That feels about right. And they end up shielding, so this is nice. I grabbed a shield and I will have energy coming out for the Skarmory, which is pretty big, right? Because I did get the Rock Slide off from Vigoroth. So I've already chipped this enough. And now it's just like Altaria to basically take the rest. I maybe could have thrown like another one and then just like Dragon Breath the rest. But I felt like Altaria is pretty good at just taking damage, right? And there's your taking a super effective Brave Bird, resisted, get off a Sky Attack, which is nice because then this puts this in Weather Ball range, and they let me farm them down super low because I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get Hydro Cannon off here to take me out, Hydro Cannon off there to chip. But all this allowed me to do is get to a Weather Ball quicker. Because now I just farm, not quicker, but like it allows me to not have to throw a Weather Ball on Swampert. So I could farm down and just come out with a Weather Ball here to take out the Skarmory. Steelix, a good matchup overall. You'll win. Again, it's not amazing. It's amazing because your counters are super effective. It's not amazing because Body Slam and Rock Slide are resisted. So not a ton you can do there. Just kind of stay in the matchup. Throw the resisted Body Slam. Super effective counters. You'll outpace, right? You'll come out with like even throwing this Body Slam here, you'll still counter down to come out with like a Body Slam. So you'll win in the zeros comfortably. I can even take this, so I don't even think I need to shield. So take it out. Have a Body Slam. Love to see the Mud Boys. There's been a huge uptick in Mud Boys in my range, which is like 2600 still. There's a ton of Mud Boys. So I have been just like, this team just kind of counters that, right? The backline just kills the Mud Boys overall. So that's why I've enjoyed using it. So I don't need to rush out of here. Altaria is the better answer for Mantine. So gonna get this. And once I got this off, I knew it was game over. I can shield and just farm down and then take switch sort of thing. And just, yeah, then the back Pokemon has to deal, 2 shield or not, we'll have to deal with Abomasnow and Altaria. I noticed with Altaria, and it's probably still going to go in the thumbnail because a lot of people like Altaria, and it's very bulky, and it has all the strengths. Man, that nerf to Sky Attack as a direct answer to Noctowl, really, I feel it in Altaria. I really feel it in Altaria. Like I said, with Noctowl, the Sky Attack nerf basically made it irrelevant. Skarmory was irrelevant until it got Steel Wing, and like I mentioned in my video on Skarmory yesterday and on my history of Skarmory yesterday, so I'll probably just stay in. I'll stay in this matchup in the Rock Slide. Altaria is your safe swap on this team. It's just, I think, better as a safe swap in this meta. But I'll stay in this and just throw some Rock Slides. So Noctowl, Sky Attack nerf, almost unusable now. Skarmory, like I said, was useless until it got the Steel Wing. And if you watched my videos yesterday, I just go straight Brave Bird most of the time, not even use Sky Attack because Sky Attack is only 5 less energy than Brave Bird. So there's no real point of throwing Sky Attack. So on the Pokemon that are still relevant being used, Altaria, you do feel that nerf. You do feel that nerf on Sky Attack from a few seasons ago. So I don't like Altaria as much because Dragon Breath is a very attack heavy move, right? On a very defensive Pokemon. And you got by on it because Flyer Dragon's a kind of unique typing. All right. Neutralize electric, double weak to ice, but neutralize electric, stuff like that. So I have used Altaria in this meta, in this league, and in the Open Great League. And each time I felt that Sky Attack nerf. So it's just one of those things where it's like, it's still good, but you definitely feel it. Anyways, you are double weak to fighting as you're now seeing a Scrafty here. This is only the second Scrafty I saw. So being double weak to Scrafty with Vigoroth and Abomasnow, I don't hate it. Again, there's not a ton of counter users in this meta. There's Vigoroth. I haven't even seen many Toxicroak, quite honestly. It's a ton of Vigoroths, very, very little Toxicroak, and even less Scrafties. And I've seen a couple Scrafties, but I'm willing to take that loss there. Obama, I'm more worried for Obama. I'm actually more worried about with this team. Skarmory, like I said, Skarmory in the back is tough, and Talonflame, just basically Flyers, right? Because Flyers are super effective against grass. Plus the counter is resisted on Vigoroth, so that's one of the main issues. So take a resist. I shield the Sky Attack because it could have been a Brave Bird, and a Whiscash, and unless they have a Blizzard, which actually ran into a couple with Blizzard, so I should not just say that sarcastically because I have definitely, and actually I think I shield this up if I remember. Because I probably just got hit with a Blizzard and another one. Yeah, I shield, and it is a Blizzard, so that is huge. You can get some extra farm here. They end up shielding back because they can get to a second Blizzard. So Blizzard is interesting in this meta. Mud Bomb, Scald is obviously the go-to almost all the time. If you're going to use Blizzard, excuse me. If you're going to use Blizzard, it was double Mud Boy in the back, so tough for them. You can use Scald and Blizzard. It just makes you, against water Pokemon, you have nothing to throw. So Mud Bomb is probably better. But for this meta, I'm trying to think of what you actually need in this meta. I feel like you need Mud Bomb because there's some poisons out there, and it's just a quicker move. I get the Blizzard for Altaria, but I think I'd still rather have Mud Bomb Scald, but I don't. Blizzard's not the worst. I don't hate Blizzard. It's basically your preference how you want to use the Pokemon. Again, we're seeing a Skarmory in the back, or a Skarmory here that I just kind of have to stay in and try and deal with here. And it's not actually a terrible matchup, Skarmory versus Altaria, because you have enough bulk on Altaria to live these a Sky Attack and these Steel Wings. So get the farm down a shield. Out comes Vigoroth to CMP me here. So will take me out. So now I will just farm down, and it is a Lantern in the back. So now it comes down to what's going to be a catch. Energy Ball is going to one-shot. They have 2 shields. I have 1 shield. Everything's resisted. I expect them to go straight Thunderbolt first, so I'm going to shield the first one, which is nice. So now it's I'm going to have to take a move from them. I know that. The question is, by the time I get to the 3rd Energy Ball and they've already thrown 2 charge moves, can they potentially catch? Not if they let it go. I guess they were trying for a bait, like thinking I was going to bait, but I think baiting is your only lose condition. Dragonite lead. I'm going to instant swap here into Altaria. They do stay in, which is not terrible for me because Altaria is just going to outbulk this thing. Yes, they're going to get to a Dragon Claw first, but you'll take it out. They eventually grab a shield and take me here, which is okay. Not great because you can live a sky attack and get a rock slide off to take me out, and I'm down to shield. So it's going to be a little tricky. That's exactly what they're going to do. Farming up, they'll have a rock slide. They'll have a little bit of energy coming out. They have a shield advantage. Oh, I do get to move. They didn't actually take... Oh, I'm surprised they didn't throw rock slide. Rock slide would have taken me out. They ended up just going body slam. And now they got to burn a shield, which is not amazing. But now they have more energy, so they'll have a couple body slams. Maybe not. Maybe just one body slam before I counted them down. Yeah. And I'm going to instant swap because I think maybe I can catch the Dragonite on a... maybe I can catch a Dragonite on a... Jesus. On a switch lock, and I run into a Talonflame, which is doing double super effective and just absolutely lit me up there. Double super effective on a Shadow Abomasnow is a rough situation to be in there. Not much you can do. And Altaria would be a great answer for Talonflame. I just cannot align there. Oh man. Yeah, so as a counter user, just stay in this matchup. And we'll see who wins CMP on the next one here. Which I think I do again. I think that's basically it. We'll keep pumping out the series in the mornings. The series in the mornings about the history, and maybe these in the afternoon. A couple more teams. I've got at least one more with Trevenant. I'm using double Ghost, Trevenant, Sableye. Worked decently well, actually. So I'll showcase that tomorrow. And then, yeah, open next week. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to... I talked about this team already. Again, this meta is open, but it is starting to get a little limited, which I understand why people are not watching. So that's why I'm trying to switch it up here. I saw a bunch of quality of life updates. This one I've got a shield advantage. I mean, not a shield advantage, but we're even shields, which is advantage to me. I saw the quality of life updates, teaser, avatars, and what else do they say? A few other things in the game, which I guess is nice. Any quality of life updates are good, so we take those. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I need to talk about here. Rediscover Pokemon Go. Yeah, so updates rolling out globally. Fresh look with updates to in-game map, encounter screens, battle screens, and more, all tailored to your location, from lush forests to bustling cities. What if you're in a suburb of a city? What am I going to get? Tropical beaches, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to get the city, obviously. Both your avatar options in the style shops also receive updates. And then... yeah, okay, so April 17th, personalize your avatar, which people have been saying, like, give me new hairstyles, give me all this for like years. So that is going to be a fun quality of update. Again, does not really affect gameplay, but it'll affect just how people like it's an aspect of the game that people like doing, is dressing up their avatar and making it look like them. So there's that. Rediscover your world. Pokemon Go has a new look with refreshed visuals, enhance your real world surroundings in a fun and ecologically accurate way. So it'll give you a better like background in the game, which again should not. These are just like, they're cool. They're quality of life updates that people have been asking for, but realistically, they're not going to affect the game in any sort of real meaningful way. These first two, right, won't. You'll get a cool background when you catch, and you'll get your avatars a little different. Rediscover Kanto. And I've seen both takes on this. I've seen the take of, look at the way... I find someone that looks at you the way that Niantic looks at Kanto, because this will be like the 15th hash of Rekanto Pokemon. I've also seen the other argument where if you are a newer player, and you want all these OG Pokemon, you can't get them realistically, because for a while there, I think probably for like a year and a half, there was like almost no Kanto Pokemon because they did the crap out of Kanto. Like there was like 3 or 4 Kanto themed events. Plus, like if you're playing the game from the beginning, the Kanto Pokemon were always everywhere, and then they started going away, and then they did Kanto themed. It was the first like Kanto tour. They did that, and they've had like other mini events along the way, and now we're rediscovering Kanto. So, as someone who only played Red and Gold, I always loved Kanto. That being said, there's nothing in Kanto that I need. Again, I'm not a shiny hunter. There's no Pokemon off the top of my head that I would need candies or XLs for to build. So it's mostly just like for newer players, if you don't have those Pokemon, option there. Rediscover your reality. Turn your world into a backdrop for Pokemon photos with this revamped Ghost Snapshot. So you get like better background. Turn your world into a backdrop for Pokemon photos. So I guess it's like just the AR function is better on this than before. And they're rolling out like a couple days, and then 5, and then in a couple weeks. So that was the big news that dropped today. And again, nothing that really affects the gameplay in any real way, but it's something that is positive, right? I don't want to just crap on them. The only reason that you would crap on Niantic is really you're spending your time updating catching backgrounds as opposed to the very obvious gameplay issues that plague PvP and other stuff. But again, you can't just fault them. A lot of people have been calling for avatar changes for a while. A lot of people want these little quality of life updates, so you can't crap on them because there is a big audience that wants that. And then there was this, I guess 5 days ago now, Ultra Space detected. I'm not even going to pronounce this right. It's either Necrozma is coming. Again, I haven't played the later game, so I don't know what that means. Anyways, we'll go over that when eventually it comes. Anyways, that is it. Be sure to check out the Azumarill coverage this morning of how Azumarill went from the #1 ranked Pokemon in the world for 8 seasons to nerfed directly, the first direct nerf of a Pokemon, Bubble, to attack Azumarill to get out of the #1 spot, and then buffed up again. So it's kind of same as Skarmory, but just it did not fall off as much as Skarmory did. So go check that out. That's this morning's video. And yeah, suggestions below if you want other Pokemon for me to do those analysis on, because I'm actually having fun doing it, going down memory lane. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.